This week on Uploading Podcast, we'll talk about the French people being French, Spotify having a massive outage, NFT bros getting what they deserved, and a few other interesting topics. So, let's get into it.
Are you itching for a good story? Laughter among friends, maybe even a mystery or two? Well, you're in luck. Fire Breathing Kittens is a standalone Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Each episode is a separate 3-hour-long story, like a movie for your ears, so you can listen to these adventures in any order you like. So, join us on a real play D&D quest as we solve mysteries, attempt comedic banter, and enjoy friendship. Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Fantasy, action, mystery, friendship.
Hello. Welcome to Uploading Podcast, the podcast that suffers from my chronic sleep disorder. Sorry for this. It's FYI, this is recorded very late. So sorry, Silas. Whoopsie doopsie.
Yes, it is being recorded very late.
Yeah, that's my bad. I really wanted to get here quick. I wanted to get my stream done in like 2 hours barely. But it's like, it was the end of the game, so I had to see it through. And like, there was so many bullet sponged bosses. I think I might send a link to the YouTube one to Silas here, just for the sake of like letting you see how enraged I was at the end of this game. I was out of shits to give. I try not to swear on my actual streams, but like I think an F-bomb slipped out once or twice. Like, I was fucking done.
Well, that's a serious issue then already. That means you didn't like it or whatever happened.
Yeah. Like I want to record a decent review video for Halo in of itself. So who knows? I may record that this evening, but I have to get to sleep. I have so much to do, but I have to get my sleep schedule on track. That's the constant battle I'm in. But yeah, again, really sorry to Silas about the whole delay here. And, well, at least on my part, I'm going to try and, like, get through this, like, as decently as possible, because, also, FYI, next week there'll be something else up here instead of another episode of Uploading Podcast. Because Silas has exams on, so we're going to try to record something a bit shorter. Oh, I thought you had exams. Was it something else?
No. I have exams after. Well, I have school holidays right now, 2 weeks. Well, starting next week. And for that part, my mum plus every single person I've ever done anything with have told me I have a shit work-life balance management in my brain, so I have to chill out. Every single time there's like breaks and stuff, every teacher is like, well, why are you still working on the stuff? You really have to watch out, man. Like, actually, multiple teachers have told me, you're gonna have to look at your work-life balance once you're done with school, because that's scary. And I'm like, I'm taking that as a positive because I like being productive.
Don't.
Well, I know it's not a good thing eventually, but...
Yeah, but don't take it as being productive. That's a toxic mindset that, like, enables yourself to, like, push yourself further and further and further till you break. But, anyhow,
fine, though.
Something else next week. We hope you enjoy. If you really like it, it might become its own recurring podcast. So, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
But, anywho...
Please send your feedback to our email address, but okay, you'll have forgotten in a week anyways, and then, yeah...
Well, no, but then in a week's time, the other thing will be uploaded. So there we go, and we'll remind them as well.
And there it will be mentioned again. Just be excited, but not too much, but okay.
Anyhow, do we have a rambling section to get through, I believe. We gotta be very quick about this.
So, okay, daysoftheyear.com for the 6th of June. Many days, as always. I guess the best one right now is a Russian language day.
Ooh. not appropriate given the war in Ukraine.
Yeah. It's a cool language, but don't do it right now. Don't do that now.
Yeah, maybe learn Japanese. Maybe French.
Maybe learn
Italian.
Ukrainian.
Oh, that's a good one as well.
It's actually a good idea.
Well, I mean, it's not going to see the most practicality. Like, you want to go to Italy, France, Japan. No one really wants to go to Ukraine right now, for obvious reasons, Unless you're like that adrenaline junkie that just needs to be ever so close to death in order to feel anything. In which case, now's a good time.
Yeah. Yes, it's also my favorite day, which is National Thank God It's Monday Day. Because that means you get to work again.
Cyrus, you do have a work-life balance issue.
I hate doing nothing. I hate fucking weekends because
then take up a hobby. Take up a hobby. Take up a hobby.
Well, I have doing the podcasts and stuff and videos. But that's not as productive as it could be. But
well, not yet, because it's still growing. But then suddenly, if we had 1 million followers on our platforms, it's okay, then it's very productive to do this. Hey, I'll just learn an instrument or something. That way, your family will get off your back, and you'll still learn a skill that's useful.
How is playing an instrument useful?
It's a backup thing. If you ever shit out of luck, it's oh, well, I've just been fired from my job, and I've been blacklisted in the industry. Time to start booging party gigs.
Instead of working in the electronics field and stuff like that, which is a part where they really need and want a lot of new workers, I'm supposed to get into the music business, which is really hard.
No, only if you get shit out of luck and blacklisted from the electronics industry. Then you try and break into music. Okay. With your learned skill of how to play the accordion. Go for that instrument.
Why?
I was recently watching a video by Luke Westerway about the accordion. It's actually really fascinating. All the buttons on the side correspond with complex key changes, and in theory is a lot simpler than learning on any other thing where you have to learn how to press them in order. You just hit one button and voila. But it's to the side, so that's you have to learn where all the buttons are based on muscle memory. So it's it's real easy in one respect, but real difficult as in, unlike the guitar or piano, you can't actually see your hands as you're learning, so seems fun.
Well, I don't know. I already don't listen to music a lot, so why would I make it?
I don't know. You could be a satirical band about how music sucks. I'm sure somebody will appreciate it.
That's a funny idea.
There you go. The anti-Weird Al
Time
Yankovic.
for a new podcast idea, making music about how music sucks. The whole experience, the new Salus pod. Coming out now. No. That's a spoiler for next week. Fuck. Oh god. Oh no. We've revealed it now. We've revealed it. That's not true, by the way.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, okay. Looking at your rambling topics, vote on Discord. You have another game thing.
Yes.
What's happening? Okay.
Well, as you can tell, based on the start of this stream, I've finished Halo Infinite. Like I said, full video later. Keep an eye out for that. I'll plug it some other time. Anywho. But I'm gonna need a new game to play.
Keep an eye out for it. I'll plug it sometime. I just thought, yes, I'm gonna pop out my eye and he's gonna plug it back in. What in the world? I know that's not what you mean, but okay.
I love where your brain goes. Anywho, I'm gonna need a new game to play on alternating Fridays. And also, I'm very close to finishing off Kenya Bridge of Spirits as well, so there's going to be probably, in the near future, 2 votes on my Discord server affecting what games I'll be playing on Friday. Pop in and give a vote sometime. Join the Discord, vote on the games, and affect what I shall be playing for the next while. Well, what else? Oh yes, the other one, the shorts. Still running that experiment, watching the shorts. Please watch the shorts on my YouTube channel, Saw Passion Gaming. Like them. It's already seen a pretty decent bump in subscribers, consistently over the last few days since I started doing this. I've gone from like 114 to like 118, which is like a nice pickup, based on like my previous growth. So I'm very happy about that. Keep engaging with them. It's a huge help. And that's all my stuff.
Keep engaging people, yes. Always engage someone else.
Give me your watch time.
You only have to marry one of them, but engage multiple.
No, there's polygamy. You can marry multiple people if you want, as long as they're all consenting.
Surely you can fuck multiple people. Like, can you?
I think in Utah,
can you marry multiple people. Okay, time to Google. Can you? Well, actually, let's ask Google Assistant, because that's always funny when that bitch says stuff.
I remember there being something super funky in Utah. Like maybe it's the age of consent or something.
Can you marry multiple people?
I also know Mormons do engage in.
Polygamy is illegal and criminalized in every country in North and South America, including
that can't be right.
US states. However, in February 2020, the Utah House and Senate reduced the punishment for consensual polygamy, which had previously been classified as a felony, to roughly equivalent to a traffic ticket.
Why is it illegal? Why is it illegal in the first place between consenting adults?
Wait until Sod finds out that anal sex is illegal in half the states.
Well, that's the thing, though. There's a lot of old things on the books that have not been enforced, nor could they be because they've been ruled unconstitutional. But also, it's those abortion things on a lot of books and places.
It's such a fucking dumb show already. Again,
I know, but Roe v. Wade said nope, these are no longer valid, and they never removed them from the books. Conservatives just got real patient about trying to overturn Roe v. Wade, and lo and behold, it appears they've been successful. And now it's those laws are going to be effective again. There's always a difference between what's on the book and how the law is practiced from state to state in the United States. Not to mention, I believe polygamy is a big part of Mormonism or the Mormon religion. So I honestly don't know how that would affect it. I do know Mormons have multiple wives. But...
Male British voice of Google Assistant, flaming hot assistant voice. Completely all over the place. A show again.
Silas wants to fuck his Google Assistant. What good news?
No, we're not. Because it's Google, I don't want to, but I remember now why I set it to the male voice. That's mostly a joke.
Yeah, just buy yourself one of those, effing machines and tell your Google Assistant to talk dirty to you as it does its business.
Well, actually, you know what? You could probably link that up to Google Assistant somehow, and you're oh, Google, fuck my arse now, man, and then it will say okay, I will.
Okay, Daddy Silas.
Do you want hard mode? How much lube should be applied?
Well, no, you'd have to apply the lube beforehand.
No. It's a smart device. It can do everything.
Well, then you'll have to set up a lube sensor. Then do you want to figure that out?
Yeah, that probably exists. That definitely exists.
A robotic lube dispenser.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay. Oh, God.
Automatic lube dispensers.
We haven't even got to
The SKF automatic lubricant dispenser is a single-point automatic lubricator designed to supply grease to a single lubrication point.
Not quite.
It's an electromechanical thing, but you could definitely use it too.
You'll have to swap out its cartridges.
Well, yeah, that's
instead
fine.
Instead of grease.
That's just what you do, man.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ, we still haven't gone through your short yet.
And now that all the people that have come in from all the promo stuff that I've started doing, now that all these people are done, we can start with the actual show. So my rambling section is, I've written down buying things, which is, do you know mechanical keyboards, Sod?
I am aware of them, yes.
So there's different kinds of mechanical keyboard switches, and eventually I want to buy a mechanical keyboard because what I have right now is the cheapest crap keyboard with backlighting that I could find, which is fine because I don't have money right now. But also, I went on Amazon, and because I know these things exist, I bought one of them, and it is a little square with a few keys on it, singular keys of different switch types. It cost, I think, €43, which is more than I should have paid for it. And also it came from the US, which I didn't realize before.
Whoops.
So that was really stupid. But okay.
Yeah, I currently have one of the US keyboards as well, which is really confusing.
Well, I mean, this is not real keys, but it's just dumb to ship a tiny little thing like this from America to fucking Germany when you could buy this probably here too. So, yeah, there's different types. You can hear the difference between them. You can feel the difference between them. I don't want to get a keyboard that I end up not liking. Like, most people have these clicky types of switches, which I'm not against. I like clicky sounds, clicky switches, but not for a keyboard, because you're going to type it next to a microphone. It's going to sound like this. And that's stupid. So, yeah.
I kind of like the sound of it for the mechanical keyboard.
Well, yeah.
I always find it soothing.
Well, okay, but most people probably don't, especially if you're in a voice chat with, like, in a game lobby or something.
Well, I mean, if you're in a gaming lobby, you want the mechanical keyboard because you're using that as a controller. So,
well, yeah, but I don't have to get this one. I can get a tactile grey, for example, which sounds like this, which I think is a lot more pleasant. You probably won't hear it, or a fucking silent red, which sounds like this.
Mm-hmm. How many of them do you have?
Which you can't even...
How many keyboards do you have on hand right now?
It's a keyboard tester. It has 3 rows of 4 keys on it from each type. It's a little square.
Okay.
It has 12 keys on it. Of 12 different switch types. Do you not understand this concept? It has different switch types on a little square.
So oh, no, I missed that part. I thought you just got a keyboard from the US.
No, a tester, a keyboard tester. Not a keyboard tester, a switch, mechanical switch tester. It's just singular keys. And the keys, it says, cherry blue, cherry brown, cherry red, black, clear, white, green, and all the other types that they have. I think I like tactile grey and brown. Brown is good, and tactile grey is also good. Didn't need this. They didn't need this.
Are there any purple keys?
No.
Oh.
Maybe from other manufacturers, but not from Cherry, maybe.
Why is it so hard to get purple? Everyone thinks like purple is associated with like cheap products, and then people don't use it, which in turn makes it very hard and expensive to get. I hate it. I want things that are cheap that are purple because it looks pretty.
So there are purple switches, but not from Cherry, I believe. Yeah, that Razer has the Razer clicky type optical switches, light and clicky. So get purple keys. They're not called purple. It's just called Razer clicky optical switch. But okay. Yeah, absolutely wasted purchase. Well, not really, but it's not useful to me right now because I'm not going to buy a keyboard in like 4 months. So, but it's a good fidget toy. It's like nice to play around with it. And I like that. That's nice. It's a cool idea. Don't buy one. Ask your friends if they might have one, especially if they like mechanical keyboards. And then you buy one if nobody else has it. So, yeah. On another note, we got the first gameplay video of Sonic Frontiers in an IGN First thing.
I feel like this is something that's very hard to miss right now. everybody's talking about because they wanted this to be the next real big good Sonic game, and it's like, like,
so yeah,
all the videos I've heard about it have been like mixes of like, this looks rough and can use more time, and that's from like everybody. There's been one that's still like curious and optimistic about it, which is like Arlo, the puppet, but he's still kind of hopeful. Even he's saying like, hey, maybe take a year, polish this up a little bit, you know?
Well, have you looked at the gameplay already, or haven't you done that? Because
I've seen so many other people watch and react to it, you know? Like,
okay.
I feel like I got
That's
a good
fine.
vibe of it.
Yeah.
And it looks all interesting mechanically. They just need to refine a lot of the stuff, you know?
So my first reaction to this was, maybe we're not going to know this, but to all of you listeners, a few years ago, there was this trend of, Game X in Unreal Engine 4. And they would have a crappy shit looking like Super Mario game basically not working in Unreal Engine, or like a Sonic game, just an empty open field with like grass waving around. And that's what this is. Supposed to be a 3D platformer game, the fucking Sonic Frontiers. They've been developing it for 5 years, apparently.
I will say in defense of this game, that could describe every Sonic, game, except for the Unreal Engine 4 part. Just Sonic in an open field, running about, with grass blowing in the background.
It has never been in an open field, though. It's never been an open world, really.
Well, open world, yes, but like there's been a lot of just like grass sections and canyon sections, you know?
Well, yeah, but they're like usually linear tunnel things, at least in the 3D levels, 3D games, which is fine because that's also usually fun, depending on what game you're going to play.
What I'm saying, though, is like Sonic has never had exceptional locations for him to do his thing, you know?
That's a fucking lie. That's a complete lie.
I will stand by that.
How many Sonic games have you played? Every single stage of Sonic Colors is fucking awesome.
Okay, I haven't played Sonic Colors. I will give you that one. From the clips I've seen, that does look like a good game with a lot of unique and
Sonic
varied
Unleashed 2
environments.
is also really unique.
Well, I haven't played that one, but I've heard people say it's terrible. That's the werewolf game, right?
I hate it too because of the werewolf. Yes, the werehog.
That's the
I
thing,
like
though.
the normal parts in it, but I hate the other half.
Every game that is like decent enough to be remembered has bland environments. Other than like maybe Sonic Colors, every other one has been pretty bad. Like Sonic Unleashed, Sonic and the Black Knight. What else? The Ring ones, the storybook games.
Well, I think those are interesting too, though, because it's set in like fucking medieval Europe and like fucking weird Arabian fairy tale things.
Yeah,
which
but
also
like,
is interesting itself.
Conceptually for a story, yeah, but like in terms of the area, it's just the bland generic canyon, desert,
shit execution
and forest, grassland thing again, you know? That's what I'm talking about, just the physical locations that the games are set in. You know? Those are typically bland and uninteresting, with a few exceptions. At least in more 3D-like games.
In the 3D ones, it's like very much hit or miss. Yeah, that's actually true.
In the 2D ones, they do
Generations
the casinos
awesome too.
Yeah.
Have you played Sonic Generations?
Now I have to do that at some point. Once I finally,
idiot. You can't play. You can't be like, oh, the Sonic games are not good because it's not.
I didn't
good
say
levels,
all of them. I didn't say they were not good. I'm just saying this is typical.
Ones. God damn it.
I'm sorry, but there's been an abundance of Sonic games, and we can all agree a majority of them are not the best.
Most of them are garbage. Yeah. Well,
I have played Shadow the Hedgehog though.
For fuck's sake! What the hell? Oh my god! Well,
and the thing that will probably outrage you the most is I actually liked it.
Well, I don't know. I have not played it myself, so I can't know that. But that's not known to be amazing. But I have to go back to the Sonic Frontiers thing because I have a few opinions on it.
Yes, we've gotten derailed instantly
the
again.
idea of a open world Sonic game is one that I was like, it was really obvious to me for fucking years, because all these 3D Sonic games, most of them at least, are like, oh, there's a straight corridor, a straight line, and you just like run through that and you can't do a whole lot. And you just kill some enemies, which is fine, and it's fun in most games.
Mm-hmm.
But the more open style concept of something like Mario 64 or like fucking Super Mario Odyssey, that makes so much more sense to me for a Sonic game because he's literally really fast. That's the entire point. So
yeah, one of the things though is like
thing is obvious to me.
Getting that feel that Sonic is like super fast is like, how do you do that? Do you like Genesis Claw when he's moving really fast and just like recently after like standing still after going super fast? Do you have like birds and animals in the background like moving slowly to help like emphasize that speed? Or what do you do? Getting that feel, especially like the feel of how fast Sonic is. Excuse me, mode. Supposed to be going is like one of the key critiques I've heard from multiple sources. Is like, okay, you're getting the blur effects, but like in terms of everything else, like it doesn't feel like he's going super fast in this open world game. You don't get that sense of momentum.
I think you do. It looks very fun to me, just running around. That's not my problem, but the thing that I mostly don't like about this is, first of all, just the way that this gameplay was presented, because most of the time this player is just walking around very slowly, not even running.
Yeah, it was probably IGN, someone on their staff playing, and it's like...
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I mean, why in the name of God would Sega do this, you know?
Well, that's how you're going to play it. You're going to explore it, and when you want to look at some object because it looks cool and you want to see more stuff about it and want to find a secret, then you're going to walk around it slowly. That's what
it's not the way you're going to play it. They want to show you the best look of it right now, and you think they'd have someone on the development team who is familiar with the controls. But I don't think they fucked up. I'm pretty sure, like, IGN got a copy of the game, to play, and like they recorded the footage. It feels like they just did a very bad job of playing through this open world game and making it look good.
Maybe that's it, but the point is the gameplay doesn't look very good, first of all, because it's not played well. Also, I agree with the general consensus that this Sonic model is fucking garbage, because he looks like classic Sonic, except not really. Give him the long quills again, you fuckers. What have you done, man?
You got like an image of that? Because I didn't get an up-close look of it.
It looks fine. It looks good if you don't know what other Sonic models have looked like in the past.
I mean, that is part of the problem. Like, this own game with its own art direction. It's like...
No, they've just taken the model of Sonic Forces, which everybody hated there already, because they took the modern Sonic design, which is like more sleek and awesome looking than classic Sonic.
Yeah,
classic Sonic looks like the kid version of what modern Sonic now is. And they've basically just made modern Sonic look like classic Sonic, but with darker blue now. So that's why everybody hates it.
Darker blue?
Yeah.
That's it? That's the only change
that's
like?
Not the only difference, but it looks really similar. But that's also not the biggest problem. I think the biggest problem is, while I was looking at it, I had the quality turned down to, I think, like 360p or something. It automatically shows that. And I was like...
you've been doing that lately.
And then you're looking at it, and it just looks really empty and crap. And I thought, wow, this must be like running on a goddamn Switch or something, with how much like the objects have to be loaded in, how close it is when stuff pops in. That's not what it's supposed to look like. Like, it's like 10 meters in front of you, the fucking trees and objects and grass pop up.
Yeah,
that's not what you're going to see in 2022. But then I clicked on the little cog to select the different quality, and you see that it goes up to 4K. And I was like, that means this is running on like a PC dev thing. Usually
PC, PlayStation,
maybe
or what's
on
it, Xbox, you
maybe
know? All of
maybe on a
those.
dev kit, yeah, but probably on a PC because that's where they develop it anyways. And then, yeah, then the fact that they have to load in objects that late, that just tells me, like, holy shit, the performance of this must be really crap.
Yeah, hence the take a year to fix this that everyone seems to be saying.
God damn, and
Or
also
more.
some effects just look really not impressive in this. Like, I don't know. There's this comment on the YouTube video of IGN which says, "Open world Sonic sounds fun, but this definitely looks like a demo made in Unreal Engine." And it does. It looks like something that, like, two dudes in their bedroom made in, like, a few months. Or weeks, maybe. Well, it doesn't look like something that a billion-dollar corporation fucking made in 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
God damn it. Like, why?
We're probably gonna get like a what's happened from like Matthew McMuscle or something, or it turns out like, oh yeah, development was restarted partway through
I don't want
production.
that. I want it to be good, you fuckers. I'm gonna buy it anyways.
I probably will as well. I recently
No, you have to play Sonic Generations and Colors first.
No, I don't like the bad one first. The bad relevant one. But I recently bought like the DMC reboot for like 10 euros just at my local Sex. What's it? I just picked that up. I'll probably play through that at some point, but it's like, God damn, like Sega just doesn't know how to get out of their own way. You know? They just cannot like give the time and resources needed to make breathtaking games, you know? They always just gotta meddle in some way to stop it, you know, to undermine it. Whether it's the DMC one saying, no, it has to be all Western. We can't have any Eastern influence here, despite that being the whole reason people buy the games in the first place, and what the devs making the game wanted to do. Nope. And now it's probably like a lack of like manpower and resources needed to get this game finished and polished, and an unwillingness to change the release date after like a hard reset behind the scenes to try and figure out how to make the game work and fun to play after like 2 years or something, when they realized they just didn't really have anything. And now it's like, great, everyone's gonna hate it. Wonderful. How can you not learn from your mistakes, Sega? How?
Well, I think Sega itself does. I don't think Sonic Team has. Well, it depends on the software team. Definitely it does. Some of them are doing good jobs, but then also you have the crap ones. Well, my god.
What the big problem is like some of the games, it's not even from them learning about the mistakes they made. It's just them having like hard deadlines to meet that Sega was unwilling to compromise on for the sake of the game.
Well,
yeah, to make it good.
Yes.
After they had like mix-ups, you know, like I believe one of the reasons like Sonic 06 was so bad, you know, the Sonic the Hedgehog game, what was supposed to be a reboot for the franchise, is because like they lost some people. The lead creator of Sonic left during the production of the game, and they also had like a portion of the staff siphoned off from the game to go work on the storybook series of Sonic games. Again, the Seven Rings or whatever, and the Black Knight, Secret Ring. There we are. Because like 06 just wasn't going to run on the Switch, so they needed to make a game specifically for the Switch.
06 wasn't going to run on the Switch, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's on the Wii.
Sorry, my bad. Me. But like, it wasn't
definitely run on the Switch. That's powerful enough to run Xbox 360 games.
Yeah, probably. But like, what I meant was like the Wii. It wasn't going to run on there.
Yes.
So how about we just take, instead of having more people to make it, we're just going to take like, 50 people from your staff of like 200 or so, after you've already lost some other people, and then, in a bit of time, like the lead creator of Sonic is going to leave and leave you adrift.
Actually,
we're going to just put them on their own project.
That could have turned out right, but then you need time for that, which clearly they didn't have.
That's what I mean. Like, Sega is unwilling to compromise on release dates for the
Sometimes
sake of
they are,
releasing a quality project.
But then
It's
you look
so
at
infuriating.
this. But then you look at Sonic Frontiers, which is a 5-year-old fucking thing already, and it's a fucking it has potential, but it looks like fucking dog shit.
Yeah, that is a problem. Also, they kind of lost the point of the game, reintroducing Sonic and then like past Sonic in that game for some reason. Like, I haven't played all the way through. I did a bit of it for like my debut stream as a VTuber, probably like a year and a half ago now. But it's like the premise of
What are you talking about now? Sonic Frontiers has not been released.
No, sorry, I was talking about Sonic Forces. There we are. Well, you said it was like 5 years old. Oh, yeah, the game.
Yeah, they're developing it for 5 years now.
I was thinking of Sonic Forces, because that's about 5 years old.
Yeah, well, that
now.
has classic Sonic in it for literally no actual reason.
Yeah, and it's like, they sometimes Sonic team does not read the brief, does not stick to it. The whole point of
I guess they just don't get it. I guess they just don't get it.
The whole point of that game was the wish fulfillment of, like, making your own OC, your own Sonic OC, and, like, letting them be the star of the game.
And they did that poorly, too.
No, they didn't do it. They instantly brought back not only the modern Sonic, but they brought classic Sonic back as well, instead of just, like, letting your character
Well, you can make
hero.
your own character, though.
I know, but they fall by the wayside, and the character creator is just hot garbage for what's supposed to be the selling point.
There's like 10 different versions, and then you could put like random like glasses that just float in front of your character's face there. And
also, on top of that, like the limitations of, like, the characters you can make. There's only a few animal types.
Yeah.
There needed to be a lot more. Why can I not make my spin-off OC that's similar to Charmy the Bee? Where's the floating bee body? Where is that? Where's that? The plant one from, like, the Sonic X? I was about to say Triple X because of all the parodies of it. No. The Sonic X series. Where can I make that one?
Well,
how can I select my running style from, like, the classic Sonic to kind of shadow gliding? That'd be cool. Okay, we've really gotten off topic here.
I hope they can fix it, but they can't fix it because it's coming out in 6 months. There's nothing they can do.
They have to delay. They have to.
I don't think they will. They won't.
No, everyone has to pressure them. Everyone. I don't say that. They have to. There's no discussion about that. Whenever this conversation comes up, people have to say they need to delay the game. And if they don't, then that's their fault. But everyone has to tell them this. It needs to be a unanimous agreement between the entirety of the gaming community. This needs to be delayed. It just has to be.
I'm going to go play Sonic Colors. Not now. Eventually I will. I can't fucking get the remake to work on fucking Linux still.
Yeah.
But I have a Wii
I saw a meme
about
the music in Sonic Colors remaster. Apparently it's not as good as, like, in the original.
I hate the music, yes. They make everything sound like fucking, like, shit dubstep. That's an over-exaggeration, but almost it is.
I mean, yeah.
I think in a remaster, it should make what already exists better. Like in the Spyro games, the Spyro music, the Spyro remake, it just sounds like what the person composing the original music thought of when making the song, but they couldn't do it.
The problem is, like, Sonic Colors wasn't super old. It was just, like, released on an older generation, but not that older.
Well, yeah, but you can still improve on it and not change the whole styling.
But the problem is, they only really needed to improve the graphics. The music was just fine. They just needed to...
They didn't improve the graphics, so make the graphics worse.
I think you should be legally eligible to sue them for titling that a remaster if they make the music worse and don't improve the graphics.
I mean,
like,
how
in any definition of the word is that a remaster if everything is worse?
On its own, the music is great quality. I was just listening to it today, to both original and the remastered tracks, and on their own, it's good. It has the shitty like fucking bass crap going on in every single song, in every like 3 out of 4 songs, which I don't like already. But quality-wise itself, it's fine. But when you compare them, it's like, wow, the old one just fits so much better.
Yeah.
And it's like not changed so much and whatever. There's some tracks that are really cool and match the whole style and point of the old songs, but not a lot of them. And I guess there's no option to change it back. I think they lied about that, but I can't remember, and that's not the point. Next quick note that I have, we have to and it's going to be a long show today for some reason.
Well, we have to run through the topics. We really do.
No. Yes.
Yes.
So, Linux. Time to talk about Linux again, just because that's my last fucking rambling thing. And really quickly here, we have 2 display systems. One of them is called X11, and the other one is called Wayland. That's just the display server, like how the graphics get made. And X is very old, so it kind of sucks, and they've been trying to develop Wayland as a replacement for it. And today, because I wanted to run some Android things on my PC, I wanted to try and get a program that's called Waydroid working, which only works on Wayland, as you can understand from the name.
Okay.
So I had to figure out how to enable Wayland, and you have to like do some configuration thing, like comment out a few lines. I think it was like 3 lines or something of some config file. That was easy enough. That was fine. Didn't get Waydroid working, but that's not the point. That's still in the stages of being really weird to install. So I turned on Wayland finally, once I understood what you had to do. And I've heard about people like talking about, wow, Wayland is so good. And a lot of distros are switching to it now. A lot of Linux distributions are putting Wayland as default now. And I was like, really? Like, what's going to be different? And people are like, well, the animations look better and it's like a lot quicker. I installed it, or I enabled it. I logged in and I opened Firefox. And literally what happened is I was closing some fucking tabs, and the animation for when tabs get closed and move around, it looks so much better. Because I have a 144 hertz monitor, now it looks like it's actually 144 hertz. I've just been scrolling around websites like up and down, just looking at how much better it looks now, because it's actually like running smooth. And I did not expect this. I expected it to be a mess and stupid. And there are problems, like Discord, for example. When you open it, it's a black window. It does nothing. And that's Discord's fault, because they don't update their framework, because they like using ancient technology for some fucking stupid reason. But it's fine. Just use Discord in the browser anyways. Maybe OBS is going to do weird shit too with Wayland, maybe. I have not tried it yet, so... It looks really smooth and really quick and awesome, but yeah, I'll have to see what's going to happen. So yeah, I recommend it. Try out Wayland, enable it. You can always go back, just log out and press a little cog wheel, press on the Xorg version, and that's fine. Now we have to go into topic number 1, people.
Topic number 1. France's linguistic watchdog issues edict. It's not esports, it's jeux video de competition. How pretentious. Anyhow, France's national how do you say the word?
Linguistic.
Linguistic. There we are. Sometimes I just forget how to pronounce a word. Anyhow, France's national linguistic watchdog, the Académie Française, has banned the official usage of a number of phrases borrowed from English to describe the word of gaming. Bump off, you Académie Française. How do you pronounce it?
I think Françoise.
Françoise, there we are.
Something like that.
Académie Française. franchise. Instead of
Françoise, I don't know fully. I don't fully know, so sorry.
Françoise. Again, I'm dyslexic. It doesn't.
Thank fuck that
head.
This is a podcast, and thank fuck that this is not live. Like, imagine somebody like tunes in right now.
Oh
and
god,
like, yeah. Françoise. What the fuck?
They called an ambulance for us.
So basically, what this company, that academy thing is, the whole point of it is watching out that foreign words don't get common in France. So
what? Oh my god! Shut that down.
That's the literal whole
point. Oh my god!
Why are you that surprised by it? They just want to protect the language.
I mean, languages are supposed to be a fluid, natural thing that respond to changes in time. Like, words have fallen out of favor, and pronunciations have changed. And now, in a big part of that, in a global economy where everything is interconnected, is like borrowing foreign words and incorporating them into your own language. Such as voila. Voila. Like, that was a French word. And now it's just commonly used in the English language. It's how it works.
And German.
And vice versa should be just fine. And to have an entire academy to prevent that is very grossly disturbing and very isolationist. You know?
Well, I think it's just any foreign influence.
Yeah, any foreign influence about to affect your language at all.
They don't even have any real power, anyways. I don't know if I copied this part, but it's. I think I cut. Well, actually, I think it is right there. Just keep reading it, then you'll see. Read it.
Instead of esports, just the thing everybody calls it, so. Government workers should refer to jeux vidéo de compétition. Instead of talk of pro gamers, they must discuss the activity of joueur professionnel. And instead of the streamers, they must refer to jeux animateur et direct. That's so many more syllables. That's 4 separate words, and so on. It's like streamers. It's just stream. It's like 3 syllables. I'm pretty sure there's 3 syllables in animateur. Or 4. Like, it's so much more of a mouthful to say. How about you just make up a new French word if you're so concerned about that?
Well, but that's how French words work, though. They just combine shit without making it a word.
Just make a new one at that point if you want an official French one for people to use. But keep it short and simple. There's like 4 words there. Let's see, probably 2, 4, 1. Oh, no, I have to do math. 7, 9 syllables there compared to the 3 in streamers, if it is even 3.
I think
it kind of feels like
streamers.
I don't know. It feels like 2.5. Like it's weird. Stream doesn't feel like 1 syllable, but it doesn't have the strong enough break either. You know.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's
change
shorter than jeu animateur en direct.
Yeah, it's that change. It's that change in vowels, like from the E to A. You typically associate with like a different consonant. Well, no,
but
syllable, I should say, and so on. The changes reported by the AFP were made in coordination with the French Ministry of Culture and published in the government's official legal almanac, the Journal Officiel. This makes the changes binding for government employees, though not for the public at large. In a report published earlier this year, that's a problem though, like, it is significant to have this affect every government employee, and thus, like, every bit of information the government might put out about these topics have to refer to those names. It's like, that will have an effect. And I think it's very bad that this thing gets to exist and have an effect. I hate this organization. Anyway, where was I? The public at large, in a report published In a report published earlier this year, the Academy warned that the growing use of English and hybrid franglais terms could have disastrous effect on the French language and create new barriers to communication. New barriers to communication. It's like just borrowing a word from another language that is very simple to describe a complex thing. Streamers. Just someone who plays, not even plays video games, someone who broadcasts themselves live on the internet to various sites such as YouTube, Twitch, Mixer back in the day, Facebook, Reddit has a streaming thing now. It's just very easy to condense that down into, I'm a streamer. But it's what we do. It's what we do.
But this does happen, though. In German, we use a lot of English words too now, and sometimes it happens where I'll just say something where I know that is commonly used in German, but it's an English word. And sometimes some people won't have ever heard it in their life, and then they'll be confused. So
but that happens to English-speaking people too.
Just not even French or German alternative. That's not evil.
Well, I kind of think it is. It's like trying to control the public, prevent them from doing what is easy and convenient for them to maintain this national pride, which is never really a good thing. But it's it happens to people speaking English all the time as well. Sometimes you're just not familiar with a word, even if it is within your own language. It just happens, People have used words I've never heard before in my life, and it's been all from the same language. You just ask, I've never heard that word before. What does it mean? And it's okay, thanks. It's that simple. You don't need a national ministry here maintaining the cultural purity of your language. Again, languages are fluid things that change over time.
Well, just keep reading. They have an explanation for it.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit
what
the explanations
absolutely love.
Oh. Many... what's it? Oh, no. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Okay. Many Anglicisms, thank you, are used in place of... See, that's an exact example. I have never seen that word in my life.
Well, okay. That just means English words becoming popular in another language. Obviously, you won't have heard of it because you speak English.
No, but it's something I'm not aware of. It is still an English word, is it not? You still come across English words all the time that you may not be familiar with and have to be described via a synonym or a complex topic explained to you. Anyhow, many Anglicisms are used in place of existing French words or expression. A word, yes, of course, a singular word is going to be used in place of an expression that is multiple words long. Example, je veux une voiture direct. Just God. Inevitably leading to the general ratio of the French equivalents, said the report. Aside from fashion and sport, the internet and digital field is unsurprisingly most strongly and visibly anglicized. And it's I don't know, man. It's trying to maintain some fucking cultural purity here. It's that only exists when you constantly refer to the past. Things change. Deal with it. It naturally changes based on what the people prefer to use or prefer to watch, prefer to listen to. And while there's some extent, maintaining, stuff that is made within your country, such as art and games, etc., I could understand. In terms of just being influenced, it should just be something that is open and allowed. Which again, you don't get this. There's a lot of problems in America right now, but they're not fucking catwalling about the French words that people are using in everyday life right now, or the cultural influences for all that anime or French cartoons and video games. People just really love
That's
good
bullshit
shit
too, though. If you ever speak Spanish in a fucking Walmart and then random Karens swat you because this is America. Speak English.
No,
that happens too.
No, sweetie. They'll say speak American because they're fucking idiots. They will. That's not a joke. I
am aware of that. So fuck off.
People so dumb to make that argument are not familiar that the language they are speaking is English. They are that dumb.
From England.
Yep, they're that dumb that they speak American.
So this topic, I think, funny.
I imagine I'm surprising Silas here, but I'm coming out swinging hard against this. I hate it with every fiber of my being.
I have to say though, maybe this tells. I don't know. Maybe this is like racist or something, but for some reason, having a special agency whose whole point it is to eradicate foreign words and come up with French words, that is the most French thing to me ever.
But you kind of said it there. It's not a very serious topic, but what it is doing is like
it's also
kind of bigoted and like isolationist. It's like bigoted, racist, and isolationist.
I think
like try and reject any and all outside cultural influences from your everyday discourse.
I don't think it's kind of disgusting. Maybe it's just politicians that have nothing else to do, so they just founded this.
It's a silly thing, but the underlying mentality that leads you to create this is very sinister. This specific thing isn't, but what brought it about is, in my opinion. The core beliefs and ideas that allowed this department to be created ain't great, you know? Even if the department is just silly and it's like, no, don't use this one word, use like 4 words to describe something. That silly may not be too dangerous on the face of it, but when you peel back the layers to why, again, this was created, you start to notice some problematic ideologies and trends.
So, they founded this thing in 1635, so...
Well, there you go.
At that point, you had to do this.
No, you never had to do this.
But you want to communicate with other people in your country if they speak different fucking words that you've literally never heard of because it's 1635.
I know, but have you never lived in a country that's spoken multiple languages before? Like, I live in Ireland right now, and it's like, people do speak Irish.
In Germany.
Yeah, well, I mean, you speak English pretty fluently, and a lot of people do not in Germany.
Yes. That's why I speak German to them, to everyone.
I know. Sometimes there is just a language barrier. There's a language barrier that you have to learn to work around, as opposed to just like hardline block off any external influence whatsoever.
This is from 300 years ago.
I think
God.
I would love it to be shut down.
At that point, it was literally evil. It's just still hanging around. It's not that French people now are Nazis, French Nazis, or whatever the fuck you're making it out to be.
I mean,
it's an old thing. That's just not been abolished.
Recently, I'm just saying, recently it became very close to like the French equivalent of Donald Trump winning in a campaign. You know, that was saying some pretty bigoted far-right stuff. You know? I'm just saying, if you leave things go unchecked, you don't question the motivations and ideas behind actions or establishments, some nasty shit can sneak up on you, you know? Not saying everything is a huge thing that you have to go into like a 30 fucking minute to dissect, but like, you know, the basic question of why am I doing this? Why do I think this? Can, you know, reveal and thus help prevent a lot of nasty shit. That's all I'm saying.
Looking at what other things they do, though, is apparently it's just the authority on usage, vocabulary, and grammar of the French language. So they just maintain the French language. It's not that they're purely evil, but that's part of being like the people who make the French language. You have to come up with a new word. If there's something in English that doesn't have a French word yet. You have to come up with a French one.
Get that they're not coming up with French words. They're just combining pre-existing ones. That's my point there as well.
That's how French words work, though. That's literally how French words work.
No, but at a certain point, they had to make
not
the
an
original
apple tree. It's the tree of the apple. You goddamn.
Well, that's like a literal translation thing with like the grammatical language there.
Well, okay, but there's also multiple words.
But at a certain point, they did have to invent the word for tree, did they not?
Yes.
At a certain point, you can't put various things together. You need a new word. I think this is devolving into a circular debate. I vote to move on to topic.
They decide if it needs a new word or another way to describe it. That's fine. That's their job.
I don't want them to have a job. I want this shut down.
Number 2. Well, they need a job because of this special fucking robe that cost that much money.
Jesus.
It's like $230,000 or whatever the fuck it was. I closed Wikipedia already, so...
Burn it and watch them cry.
Topic number 2. Shut that up now. Topic number 2. Massive podcast outage caused by Spotify's failure to renew security certificate.
Idiots.
Who doesn't love the mega corporation that forgot to type in the fucking credit card once again?
God fucking damn it.
Podcast listeners could not access many of their favorite shows for more than 8 hours on Monday night and early Tuesday morning due to an outage on Megaphone, a podcast hosting platform owned by Spotify. The outage stemmed from the company's failure to renew Megaphone's security certificate.
God damn it.
Megaphone experienced a platform outage due to an issue related to our SSL certificate, Spotify spokesperson Aaron Stiles said in a statement. During the outage, clients were unable to access the Megaphone CMS and podcast listeners were unable to download podcast episodes from Megaphone-hosted publishers. Megaphone service has been restored since. That's not the correct order of these words, but it's fine. It's a simple mistake with big ramifications.
You don't say!
Megaphone, which inserts dynamic ads into episodes, hosts many of the industry's top shows. It also distributes shows on platforms beyond Spotify, including Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. Nobody uses Google Podcasts. Don't name it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Spotify hosts...
They'll be gone in a month. As all Google products
are. Yeah, that's true. Spotify hosts many of its own licensed and owned shows on Megaphone. Stiles said the company is reaching out to affected publishers. I think that was funny. I do listen to a few shows that use Megaphone, but I didn't notice this. It's just a funny story because it's this gigantic company who just didn't renew security certificates. Like, why? It's like somebody just, I don't know, saw the notification on their phone, their Google notification, the fucking Google Calendar notification, and then just swiped it away and forgot.
Oh,
God damn it.
What a sick joke.
It's not that bad as they make it out to be. It just sucks when you can't make money for 8 hours, especially if you release critical episodes during those times. That's pretty stupid.
It really is.
So yeah, I don't know if we have to talk more about this. They just bought the fucking Megaphone company for $235 million in 2020. They also bought Anchor for $150 million, which is another hosting thing. Except that it's free and for random people instead for companies. They own many podcasting things, and the fact that
I think I've mentioned before, they probably shouldn't have been allowed to buy it, but oh well.
Well, yes. But you can see how well they're doing with it when they can't even renew a fucking certificate.
Life
it's
is
funny.
Hell.
So yeah, we should move on to the next topic because this is not a big one. It's funny. Not big, though. So, yeah, topic number 3. We can move on now, Sod.
Damn, that was quite the quick
That was
topic.
very quick. There's nothing to say about that.
If we can keep it up. I mean, I think we have covered it before. It's just like something very dumb that Spotify has done, but we've gone into our beliefs on Spotify in the past, and we've given a brief cover of them yet again. So
yeah, we don't have to talk about these podcast monopoly they're trying to build up now again.
Yep. Wonderful. Ooh. Sorry, my throat's just feeling a bit tight.
What the hell?
It's just like the vocal exercise. Anywho.
Yes. Okay.
Topic number 3. Disgraced OpenSea manager arrested for insider trading. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Another corporate executive making more money despite making millions. Waha. Waha. A former OpenSea product manager, Nathaniel Chastain. I'm sorry, that just seems like a very funny name to me.
It's actually French. It's Chaston. No, I don't fucking know.
You got me there.
Chaston?
I would have believed it. Nathaniel Chaston has been charged with fraud and money laundering in connection with an insider trading scheme. Christian was arrested Wednesday morning in New York City, the city that never sleeps, and is expected to be presented in court later today, exhausted from never sleeping. Oh, that was so dumb, but I loved it. Christian was publicly accused of insider trading in September and fired from his position at OpenSea. But today's indictment marks the first criminal charges associated with the scheme. Oh god, and he's like, OpenSea's an an NFT marketplace, right?
Yes.
Fuck.
It's just a marketplace. It's not evil.
What they're selling is evil.
Why?
Because, like, there's no actual viable path to, like, the NFTs existing as a commodity right now, as opposed to just a format of storing information. There's nothing offering, like, a JPEG of a monkey or I don't know, some random images can do that you couldn't do with already pre-existing technology. Okay. And now it's become another thing where people put in millions of dollars, taking out mortgages to get loans because these things were hyped up and assured to be the next big thing. And now the market has crashed severely to the point where people are now financially destitute. It's like... Well,
that's what happens for every new thing, though.
Not like this, man. Not like this. There's always a problem with life, yes, but, like... What's happened with NFT
when something new develops, there's always bullshit sides.
Yeah, there's always bullshit. But, like, the majority of NFT stuff that's been going on right now has always been bullshit. Like, whether it's like
that
a scam or...
make the marketplace evil, though. If I want to buy something, why can't I buy it?
It doesn't make the marketplace evil. It's just like the things the marketplace is selling is evil. You know?
Well, I don't think it's evil. It's just stupidly implemented right now, where it doesn't do anything.
No, it's not just stupidly. It's willingly, stupidly implemented. It's not like people thinking, "Hey, this might be a good idea," and like logistically, it's not. They know it's not a good idea, but they know they can turn art into a speculation asset, and that's how people pump and dump millions of dollars into it. It's like. It's beyond the pale.
Fucking read the fucking thing now. God damn it.
Well, you keep pushing back on me.
No, well, yeah, that's why I was like, we have to shut up now.
Yeah, you just don't let me say my thing. It's like, but no, it's actually kind of good. And it's like, not. I'm sorry, man. I know you're kind of interested in it in the technology side, but right now it's just a hellscape of a land site.
Yeah, because the technology doesn't exist yet.
Then why are they promoting it? That's what I'm saying, man. It's beyond the pale right now. Anyhow, I was like, well employed at OpenSea, Christian Chastain, actually. Oh my god, I've been mispronouncing it this entire time.
Yes.
Chastain was responsible for deciding which NFT collections would be featured on OpenSea's front page, a distinction that typically made the collection skyrocket in value.
I wonder what he did
normal
next.
thing.
I mean, that's what happens with stores, though. If you put something in the front page of Amazon, people will buy it.
Yeah, but normally it's like, what's it, algorithmically based, or it's like something that's made promotion there, you know? Not something you just kind of like randomly decide based on an executive, you know?
I think you can do that, though. You probably can.
Well, let's see what happens in the rest of the story.
Well, that's because this dude is a dick, but okay.
Let's get to it. The indictment describes a pattern of 45 tokens purchased on 11 different occasions. In each case, Chastain purchased NFTs shortly before they featured on OpenSea's homepage, sometimes only a matter of minutes before. According to prosecutors, Chastain sold the tokens for between 2 and 5 times his purchase price.
That must be a coincidence. I see no connection between him deciding what gets featured and what he buys.
A style of coincidence that happens a lot in this marketplace. You're not
45 times too. 45 times the same coincidence. Like, oh wow.
No, it was 40. It was like 45 tokens. It was between 2 and 5 times his purchase price, not 45.
Well, but it's 45 tokens that he bought, and then the 45 tokens have appeared on the front page as a coincidence.
No, it's not a token. It's a collection. See, like, he would buy some
45 token purchases. That's one NFT times 45. 45.
No. Basically, for example, basically, like, say he was going to put the Bored Ape Yacht Club on the feature homepage. He would then buy up a few, like, Bored Apes and then put it on the front page and then sell those Bored Apes for a profit. That is what's been happening here.
Well, yeah, and he would put 45 apes there because he put 45 tokens. He purchased 45 tokens.
Yes, which are their own unique NFTs. So
yes.
Okay, well, I think we're just being confused over terminology here. Oh, well. According to prosecutors, Chastain sold the tokens. Oh, we already read that part. Whoops. As part of the indictment, Chastain is required to forfeit any money that can be traced to the proceeds of the scheme. The investigation was led by the FBI's National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team, NCET. Delightful. Apparently, without the involvement of the Securities and Exchange Commissions, which typically takes the lead on insider trading cases, the SEC recently doubled its cryptocurrency enforcement staffing, citing an abundance of fraud in the market. What
must be a coincidence too.
What was that last line? This isn't an evil product.
Of fraud.
This isn't an evil product on up for grabs for anybody to invest in and make money. An abundance of fraud.
I think you're confusing the product itself with how people use it, though. You can buy a gun and have it sit on a fucking on your floor at your house, and it will do nothing. You have to use it to kill somebody, and that's the same thing with NFTs.
The problem is like it's a difference. People are being told this is a wise financial investment that can pay back the money. It's not just like owning a gun. It's being told. But it's everybody using it that's saying it. Right now, it's the only viable application of this technology that is going forth right now. Because like that's what everybody wants in order to dupe suckers in. It's like having that gun at home, but you bought it because somebody told you it was an investment opportunity, and you'll be able to sell it for like triple its value in a few months' time when everybody else wants one of these guns. It's like, what?
Well, but that's still the people doing it though. Like I was fucking playing Splinterlands for fucking years, which have what essentially are NFTs before NFTs were a thing, and it was just how the game stored its data. It did nothing.
Yeah,
you could buy the fucking cards for like a bit of money and sell it later. It was
okay.
Not
You have to understand that is the technology in of itself. When most people are talking about NFTs colloquially now, they are referring specifically to the stock trading that's going on with artwork.
Just data storage.
Yeah, but that's
data storage is not evil.
Silas, do not get overly specific about this. I'm specifically referring to the practices people are using here, not the underlying technology behind it. The practice of advertising and selling an NFT as an investment for your portfolio.
Well,
that is what I'm getting at here.
Dumb, yes.
Yes.
But if you, in 10 years, you get an NFT as your fucking receipt when you buy something,
I would gladly nuke every NFT center on the planet just so this would stop. It is just being so overwhelmingly abused right now and duping in so many people and leaving them financially destitute. Talk of like its actual worthwhile applications whilst that is still going on is mute.
Why though? Why do you have to focus on only the evil things? At that point, you'll make an entire podcast about fucking Académie Française or whatever the fuck it was called.
I mean, that might be a good thing, just like evil things that don't need to exist anymore. That could be a good podcast.
Topic number 4. Taiwan and Europe look to strengthen semiconductor cooperation. I'm looking at this right now, guys, and prepare yourselves for a really long text.
Thank goodness I don't have to read this.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
Give me a moment to rub my nipples. Happy about this.
What the fuck?
South Park reference.
So, yes, I'm going to read it now. I've never watched South Park. Taiwan and the European Union plan to strengthen economic and diplomatic relationships in a bid to deepen collaboration in making the semiconductor supply chain more resilient than it is today, reports Nikkei. Nikkei? I don't know. TSMC is currently assessing a potential fab in Europe, but no final decision has been made. Upgraded diplomatic affairs. Well, that's a phrase I never thought I would read. Upgraded diplomatic affairs. That's an awesome phrase. Will have an effect on economic relationships and could have an effect on TSMC's plan to build a fab in the EU. The European Union is the largest source of foreign investment in Taiwan. Due to increased geopolitical tensions and ongoing global chip shortages, the EU wants to upgrade diplomatic relationships to ministerial and director general levels. No clue what that means. I have no idea.
Ditto. Moving on.
As a result, the EU's trade chief, Valdis Dombrovskis, and Taiwan's economy minister, Wang Meihua, will hold official talks.
Will hold. It's a typo.
Probably, yeah. Will hold official talks for the first time late on Thursday, reports Reuters. Maybe we should already do a break here and explain again, just recap what's happening. We're trying to get closer with Taiwan.
Okay, yeah. TLDR. Right now, it seems like semiconductors, was it? Or
yes.
Yes, semiconductors seem to be primarily produced only in one location in Taiwan, like as a country, not just
like
one shop in Taiwan that you could just bomb and like send everyone back to the Stone Age. But like so much of it is made there, which again is like not a good idea if all different nation states. Maybe if it's all just one Earth, one nation, it's like, okay, maybe that's fine then. But even then, you only want like a cap of like, I don't know, 60% and then have everything else spread out so it's not easy to bomb. Just saying. But yeah, an overwhelming majority of it is made there. And as we've seen, you should only have so much of things you need constantly and regularly made in foreign markets, because like when supply chains issues come up, if a clog comes in it, such as the Suez Canal getting clogged for a little bit, that's a good example. That has ripple effects for months down the line. So even when the chains clear up, it still has a massive backlog, and things haven't been stagnant while they were waiting for it. Some things just aren't useful anymore, or have become outdated, or they need higher requirements, because it's been like a year or so. And it's like, okay, well, we would have done fine in the past, installing this. But now that this is still in the installation stage, we do need like the top of the line right now for our company or government agency or whatever. So like these aren't really usable to us anymore. Yeah. Also, on top of that, right now there's political tensions between the Communist Party in China and Taiwan, because right now they want this one unified China initiative going on, and it's very toxic. Involves a lot of bad things, such as the Uyghur genocide, but it also involves trying to recapture Taiwan, which, I believe for like the last 100 years or so, has been its own independent nation by everybody's standpoint. But like, because so much of the things have been produced in China, and how much money there's to be made by releasing films and etc., and how the supply trade again could get messed up with everything else, such as like masks, cotton swabs, etc., just so many things. Everyone's a little bit touchy about like openly stating Taiwan is its own country, and it's like, while that's not exactly a good thing, while China is like openly advocating for this policy that essentially involves like because historically in the past we used to be one nation, we have the right to invade you and take you back, which ain't great.
You're going on so long. That's way longer than I wanted to take away.
It's the whole reason like this is such a crucial story right now. Like I'm sorry, it's a complicated back history.
Yes. Can I continue now?
Yes.
You have to stop. Okay. European companies do not develop loads of chips, but chips designed by Bosch, Ericsson, Infineon, Nokia, NXP, and ST Microelectronics are used by automotive, IT, and telecoms industries, which are crucial for the European economy and security. Unfortunately, there are not many European chip makers. Global Foundries, Infineon, NXT, and ST Micro are the biggest, and neither of them have advanced manufacturing technologies, which is why European companies that need advanced nodes have to outsource production to TSMC or Samsung Foundry. But outsourcing to Taiwan or South Korea means long freight times and some other challenges for chip companies and their clients, which is why they want chip production somewhere in Europe. Having seen difficulties caused by the pandemic, European politicians are eager to build advanced chip fabs in Europe. Authorities in Germany plan to give Intel money.
Amazing that they're giving a company that money to build the thing instead of just like building their own national company in order to make sure there's always a steady supply. I will every time.
Well, just wait until it's done. Authorities in Germany plan to provide Intel a $5.5 billion state aid package for its fab near Magdeburg. European politicians do not want Intel to be the only company that makes chips using advanced and leading-edge technologies, which is why they need to lure in TSMC and or Samsung Foundry.
Again, why does it always have to be like stock-traded corporations? Why don't you have just like a sector, government department designed to make sure you have like essential goods produced within your country, just in case of emergencies? That's all like foreign like imports or like company-owned products in case like any of them mess up and thus create a huge dip in the supply chain.
That was already tried. It was called the Soviet Union. It did not work out.
That was not what the Soviet Union was a hot mess for multiple reasons. Like there was a worker, council? It was
state-controlled technology companies, though.
Everything was state-controlled,
yes.
but it quickly became a fascistic organization. And again, there used to be. I can't remember off the top of my head. Silence, please, when I'm talking about something serious. Basically, there was a worker union council that eventually, as soon as Stalin took power, he dismantled. Like it's this Soviet Union sold itself as like everything I'm talking about, but it was writing checks it could not cash and had no intention to cash. Like it quickly became its own like huge problematic thing. Like what I'm talking about is like a good, earnest, honest and faithful attempt at this for the good of all people, you know? Whereas, like, Stalin, it was a power grab.
The problem, though, is Intel, TSMC, and Samsung, they've all developed all of these technologies to make very advanced chips.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all owned by those companies. You can't just use stuff that's still patented and
sure you can.
Make your own thing.
It's very simple. Just pass a law that allows the government to not honor patents when it comes to their own internal productions. It's as simple as that.
I don't think people would like that. That's not a good thing.
I don't think companies would like that. I think the people might. It means
it
lowers the product. I think if it lowers the price of products, you know.
Yeah, makes them lose their jobs. Nice. That's always good, yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's not going to like directly seek to like completely. Even then, if it did try to do this, it's like I imagine they'd probably just be taken into the like government equivalent of like the chip manufacturer as opposed to Intel's. It's not like it's going to seek to like completely outsource and outperform Intel or any of these other companies. It's just to have like a bedrock that does things differently from all of them to ensure like, again, like a good example right now is the baby formula shortage in America. One company gets shut down and now people are struggling to find baby formula for their children. It's like, that's kind of messed up, you know? That shouldn't be the case.
You don't die when you don't have a chip, though. You die when your baby doesn't have food.
But modern society collapses without these. You do understand that, like, everything we rely on right now, like, from the internet, but just all the things that does is reliant on these components. It's like, sure, they're not going to immediately die, but society is going to look a lot worse without these fucking things.
But you don't need the federal German fucking CPU for that.
Not for all of them, but to have like a reliable backbone that is made and relies on different resources from the other competition within the state. So I don't know if a war breaks out near mine, where they get a lot of the resources from that they can no longer take from. Like, you don't get completely crippled. I'm just saying. Like, a lot of these companies tend to rely on the same, like, resources in the exact same place because it is cheap for them to do so. And in turn, if you target those sources and, like, cripple them, it's like, well, suddenly you don't have resources no more.
A lot of these issues wouldn't be fixed, though, just because it's run by the government. They still have to get the fucking silicone from the same place because it doesn't exist in Germany.
But the thing is, they don't have to get it from the cheapest place. That's the thing, though. The company's all getting it from the same source because that is the cheapest for them to do, whereas it wouldn't be a matter of cost, but of providing a service to the German people or whatever country you're in. So thus, like, they go for a different source to ensure that they still will have a steady supply if something happens in X location that all the companies use.
Well,
again, it wouldn't
I
be.
understand what your point is. I just don't think it's feasible in most countries.
It's all about
have
having the will
to.
to.
And also,
It
it would
needs to-
probably cost a lot more than just a $5 billion aid package to build a fab.
Then
Having to develop all
then
new
tax-
tech. And
I'm just saying,
stuff.
then just tax those companies more. Like, they're chronically undertaxed as is.
Well, that's a completely different issue. Okay.
Well, I mean, you're saying, like, well, this is
My
going to
own-
cost a lot of money. Well, we'll leave you a lot of money on the table here that probably shouldn't be left on the table. It feels somewhat relevant.
Well,
But anywho,
my own version of this solution
Mhm.
is hopefully we could get one of the existing companies or maybe a new one to make advanced chips again, like new like CPUs and GPUs and stuff. There's not very likely to happen. Very much won't happen.
The whole reason this happened in the first place is, again, like, not wanting to pay the wages of, like, you know, people in France or US or Germany, etc., and instead sought other locations that had lower minimum wages that, you know, or no minimum wage whatsoever, that made it cheaper to build it and then import it to the country you want to sell it in, as opposed to making it there, which is a very toxic practice, you know?
Either way, I'm excited for movement now. I
Yes.
don't care where it's from, really, as long as we get better chip making capabilities here.
I don't care either. It's just like, I don't need it.
Really? It didn't sound like it.
I don't need it specifically in Germany, but it's like, you know, I do wish there was like significant, like, you know, things that seek to just protect society in the case of like a devastating event. You know, instead of just like all these companies that just are in it for the profit. You know, I'm just worried that it's all like 90% in one location. That if someone to drop a nuke on there today, society would collapse.
Oh my god, that's why they're making a thing in Magdeburg, man. What?
Yeah, but the thing
that's
is,
not in Taiwan.
The thing is, this should have already been the case. We shouldn't have been led into this situation. It's a problem we even got to this point.
Well, maybe. But the problem from that is we had companies that were competitive at some point, and then they just fucked up.
Well, some of them
and
fucked up.
state-run things. Well, all of them did, because do you still hear about fucking your amazing Siemens computer with the most amazing advanced chip in it now? No, they don't even make computers anymore.
The problem is like some of them like did fuck up, messed up badly, didn't handle things poorly, and went under. Others, like in the case of like we see with the Amazon all the time, they were specifically like, you know, engaged in non-competitive practices, sold things at a loss because they could afford to do so, to then drive the competition out of business and then buy them up. Like a lot of shady shit like that happened, and in the case of US,
okay, yeah,
I can't speak for everywhere else in the world. I just know in the case of the US, whenever something like vaguely kind of progressive gets passed, at a higher state level, a lot of like the local level stuff seeks to poorly implement it to then, you know, turn public opinion against it. It's like a very underhanded tactic. It's like, okay, you say I have to do this job, I'm going to do it shittily, so that way people don't want me to do this job anymore. Just kind of fucked, you know? Anywho, I believe it is time for us to move on, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's... Oh boy, we've been getting into some tough topics today. Topic number 5. Tesla's phantom braking problem is getting worse, and US government has questions. Uh-oh, that can't be good. Now, where was I? Yes, must speak from the diaphragm. So I'm just very tired. I was very angry on stream earlier today, so I'm just worried about my voice, you know. When last we checked in with Tesla's phantom braking problem, the National Highway Traffic Security Administration said it has received 350 complaints from owners who has said the vehicles are breaking for no reason. Now that number stands at 758. Dang, over a 400 increase. Yikes. And the US government has some questions. On May 4th, I hate that. They didn't put a D there. Like, normally when you either put a D there or it's pronounceable by itself as an anagram, but it's not, so.
They try to make it NHTSA.
NHTSA?
They are trying, well, the NHTSA, they are trying to establish NHTSA as a name for it. Fuck off, by the way. NHTSA. It's not, you can't say NHTSA to this. It has a H, no I, no E, no anything.
Well, they could get away if they could squeeze an I in there somewhere.
They are very much getting away with it already. People have adopted it.
Not anybody unfamiliar with this.
Pretty adopting and, well, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not in America right now, though.
Yeah.
It's not the most common thing yet, but it is catching on. I've noticed that, actually.
It is easier as a pronunciation. I'm just saying, squeeze in the National Highway integrity traffic, what's it? National Highway...
National Intercontinental Highway Air Traffic Safety Administration. There you go, motherfuckers.
No, how did you say it again?
National Intercontinental.
No, the word.
NHTSA.
Like the word. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking it was NHI, not NIH. No, you're right. National Intercontinental. There we are. Just squeeze that in there. It's a meaningless word, but it makes the anagram work. But, anyhow.
Yeah, I think NHTSA sounds way cooler, by the way.
No, it's a consonant for it's syllable for each letter, so yeah. Anyhow. On May 4th, NHTSA fired off a 14-page request for information letter to Tesla about these incidents, including a request for all consumers and field reports it has received about false braking, as well as reports of crashes, injuries, deaths, and property damage claims. Ooh, God. Elon cannot catch a break. Did you see, that thing he said about, you have to come back to work. You can pretend to work on somebody else's dime. If you don't, you're fired. It's fuck me, man. That's evil.
What?
Yeah, he's saying, you can't work from home anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's the way, he said, it's
God.
You can pretend to work with somebody else.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. And the whole fucking thing with Twitter now, because he's trying to back out that deal. And the problem there is, it's it's only $1 billion fine, which to me, would be eternally devastating. I'd never have a way to pay that off. He owns multiple billions of dollars. You cannot have something that is purely a fine. There has to always be some amount of jail time that is non-negotiable. Because otherwise, it's take my $1 billion. I've defunded this company. I can buy it for even cheaper now if I want. Take the $1 billion. I've probably saved $10 billion by lowering the price. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's really dumb.
There needs to be minimum jail time for white-collar crimes that cannot be negotiated out of, just so there's some punishment and accountability.
Or just make the fine unpayably high.
Well, that's the thing. You're never going to be able to do that, because no one will sign off on that, because if it's unpayably high, it's just unless it's grievous stuff, you're just bankrupting a guy.
Could have made it 20 billion, half of around half of what he proposed for it, and again, you can't back out of it by just cancelling and renegotiating and then doing a new deal.
The problem is, though, it's at the end of the day, he could still get away and pay for that and have no consequences, He'll still be unfathomably rich at $200+ billion in assets. There just needs to be minimum jail time for white-collar crimes. Anywho. You're looking up his net worth now, aren't you? I'm just gonna wait till I.
Well, no, I did. Yeah.
And what was it?
218 billion.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not in money that he can use. That's like in stocks and shit.
I know, but like he'll probably be able to pay it off. Like I granted, not easy, but he'll be able to move things around, and will do the devious, horrible thing that some companies are allowed to do. What's it? The one that's responsible for the opioid epidemic in the United States? I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But the thing is, they got charged like a few billion, but they got to pay it off over like 10 years. Meaning, if they just keep making money, they will still be richer by the time they pay it off in 10 years' time than they were when they received the fine. I think it's up for dispute still. I can't remember what's become of it. But like, that's not a punishment. That's not a significant punishment. They have to be hurt by it. Otherwise, you're not doing anything. There's a reason it's like, we're not just putting murderers in prison on the weekend, Fuck me, man, am I right? Anywho, where was I? Nista also wants to know whether Tesla's full self-driving system was active during any of these incidents. Tesla has until June 2022 to comply with these requests, though it can seek an extension if it wants. Given months of warning, of notice, and it's like, but you can also extend it if you really need to.
Months of warning.
A month of warning, I should say.
14, it says 16 days. Yes.
No, they had to receive this like sometime late last month, a notice for this, and then it broke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting an extension is not evil. That's how
I'm just saying
it's supposed to work.
I'm just saying it's like it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They can afford to like hire on more people, more lawyers to make this work if the ones they have right now can't get it done in time. That's all I'm saying. Anywho, reports of fandom breaking first surfaced last fall when Tesla was forced to roll back version 10.3 of its full self-driving SSD. Okay. A beta software. Well, I mean, Elon is a beta, so. The company's advanced driver assist system because of the issues with forward collision warning and unexpected braking. Yeah, that's very dangerous. Just to suddenly brake without the driver's notice. But after the rollback, the number of complaints actually increased substantially, with Nista receiving at least 107 from November to January, compared to only 34 in the preceding 22 months. Yikes. According to the Washington Post, in February, Nista began investigating incidents involving Tesla Model 3 and Model Y vehicles after receiving 354 complaints. The problem may be traced to the decision last year by Tesla to remove radar sensors from, new Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. The decision came after Musk publicly expressed the desire to rely exclusively on cameras to power the company's advanced driver assist system. Elon, you're just rich.
So, the problem with Elon Musk is I think that he has just too much power over his companies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he will just say things.
Like he'll just say things, and it's other people's problems to figure out if it's feasible. Remember? Oh my god! Remember that time he fucking advertised live-in servants? Robots to take care of like daily tasks, and he just got some fucking guy in a Tesla suit.
Yeah, Tesla bots. I saw another story of that, by the way, which said, Tesla bot is getting delayed until September or something. And I was like, fucking obviously, it's a dude in a suit.
Yeah, what? I hate to think what would happen if it was still on schedule.
He is
and what happens when you take off the mask.
He's the number one salesman of like vaporware crap that literally doesn't exist.
Yep.
He's done it with the Cybertruck. He's done it with the invisible solar roof tile shit. The roof tiling that is solar panels, but it looks like a normal roof. Cool idea. No, it doesn't work. Doesn't exist. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's not there yet. Like, you could... I think there is... I will say, though, there is, like, panels, like, tiling for the roof that works as solar panels, but it's very distinct what they are. And it's like... But yeah, who cares, man? It's the roof of your house. Just put solar panels up there. So, like, you're taking a little bit less impact on, the local electricity grid. Especially if you're living in, like, Los Angeles or something, or the Texas or whatever, where it's very sunny all the time. Like, just saying.
And also his other ideas are really stupid too.
Oh, remember
the fucking Hyperloop.
Oh, fuck yeah, the Hyperloop.
And the other tube system where it's just normal tunnels. And also his idea for this gigantic Mars colony, which is also absolutely not feasible and doesn't make sense.
What's the phrase? A technocrat? He just wants to be in charge of, like, all the companies that rule everything in your life. So it's like, yay. But, like, he always comes up with a fancy, flashy solution to problems we already have solved. We just need to do the solutions. We didn't need a Hyperloop in, like, Las Vegas. We just needed, Subway.
Oh, that's not a Hyperloop. It's just the loop.
Yeah. But we just
needed
also,
by the way, which, by the way, that's also very silly because it's literally just Teslas being driven by people very slowly.
Yeah.
Well, just put one bus there on the regular road, and the one bus already carries more people quicker.
Yeah, I will say it's like God. With a subway you can get like a more direct route that doesn't have to go past traffic. I'm just saying bus is good as well. Sometimes a subway
though.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Like a subway would have been infinitely better. And it's like also more safe because they would have built room on the sides. So in the case of like, a train stalls or something, there's room to go back and walk back. Or if there's like a fire or something, you have an out. There's emergency exits. There's a wide enough path to walk back to the previous platform. And the Hyperloop, you can't get out of a bloody car. What if someone just like brings an incinerator device down there, an explosive, and just like sets it off? What do you do then?
Still not the Hyperloop.
I could have sworn it was the Hyperloop in Los Angeles. Or Las Vegas, I should say.
I mean, both are a thing there, but just the Hyperloop isn't done. It doesn't exist, but the general Las Vegas loop, that does exist. And
I thought the loop itself with the fucking RBG lighting was the Hyperloop.
No. The Hyperloop is supposed to have like pods in it and have a vacuum in it, which is why you can't do it.
That's the first plan, but they rolled back from that tremendously.
That's a separate project. That's separate projects.
I think
separate projects.
I think that is the loop, and the Hyperloop was built as the thing underground.
No, separate projects. By the way, very much recommended. Go on YouTube and type in Thunderfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Watch his videos. Yeah. Get angry at how shit some products are and some companies.
Oh, hold on. Let me look up someone. There's also someone that does really good.
Damn it.
Let me look up this guy real quick. His most popular...
I have to say this about Elon Musk, though. I don't think he's completely stupid. I think he can surround himself with good people because there's other good executives at his other companies. Otherwise, like SpaceX wouldn't be doing as great as they are.
He has a big ego, and that causes a lot of problems.
That's absolutely the case.
Also, he just doesn't want any like constraints placed on him at all. He doesn't want like appropriate taxation for the amount of money he is both making and hoarding as an individual, and like. He just doesn't want any regulatory oversight, over anything he's doing. Like, and again, like, probably should be. What was it? His Tesla factory in one of the states in America just had, like, a Nazi shit up there. like in the factory that was not cleaned off the walls for months. And like his factories were racially segregated. It's like pretty effed up shit.
What?
Yeah. It's not just like, oh, he's a dumb, stupid idea to a solution, which is honestly bad enough as it is, given like the current like environmental state. Probably could just need the effective solutions now. Thank you very much. Not pods to like ship things. Just give us trains. But he's also like serious problems in his factories beyond that. Like I said earlier, the way he treats his workers, the racial problems going on there. Abuse, that effing sexual harassment thing. It's like, hey, suck my dick, I'll buy you a horse. You know, it's like, there's a lot of problems going on with him right now, and he knows what's happening, and is deliberately playing into it in order to not, be culpable. Because now, because all this stuff is coming out, it's becoming more and more prominent. It's harder to go a week without hearing the next Elon Musk news. He's come out as a Republican. Because I guess like I've come out as a Republican. In the coming weeks and months, you will see hit pieces against me for my brave choice to stand with the GOP. And then it's like sexual harassment. Who knows what else is coming in the future? But he's just going to say, it's a hit piece, fake news. He deliberately knows what he's doing. And the channel I wanted to recommend was Adam Something. He goes over a lot of like Elon Musk stuff. He also like does architecture in general and comments about that. He also lives fairly close to Ukraine, so he's doing some things there. Has gotten
that guy. Oh yeah,
he's very good. And in a beef with Hassan right now. So yay. Also, just in a brief tangent, everyone always talked up Hassan as like the biggest like leftist content creator. And I was like, oh my god, how big is this guy? I see all these like independent and like right-leaning ones with like multiple millions of people, and it's like he's only got like 2 million subscribers on followers on Twitch, and it's like, okay, it's not nothing. I'm not gonna lie that, but it's like you're giving him such deference, such like leeway, letting him wear the crown for only like 2 million. What? That has always been weird to me now that I found out. Because I always thought it was like, yeah, he's got like 10 million people watching him. 15. He's massive, gigantuan. It's just like 2 million. Like, come on. That's my hot Hassan take. You're welcome. But yeah, Hassan's being really dumb when it comes to like Adam Something. Oh well.
I think we should get out of here now.
Yep, we've shit talked Elon Musk enough for this episode. Don't worry, he has a way of making it into the news. I'm sure we will shit on him again in the future.
Yeah, most definitely.
Give us your hate, fanboys.
Visit the link trees in our show description.
Yes.
Follow at Uploading Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Also, send us an email at uploadingpod@gmail.com.
And you can follow me at Sod Passion Projects on YouTube, as well as Sod Passion Gaming on YouTube and Twitch. Got shorts going on. Engage with those again, please. Huge help. And do follow my link tree for all my stuff that you can find there. Thank you very much. Join the Discord.
You can follow my own channels as well, my own social media channels and YouTube things, and follow those. Please do it, or don't. It would be great if you did, though. Also, leave a rating for the show.
Comment as well if it's available.
If you can do that, yes. Comment your number one Elon Musk quote. Whichever that is. We'll be back next week on Monday with a new show. A separate idea. And yes, be excited for that. And we'll return to regular programming in 2 weeks.
See you then.
Yes.
Now it's time to say ta-ta, Wiedersehen, until we meet again. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And can you imagine Tesla bot waving at you goodbye now?
Little gimp.